Well, I finally got another rain suit for my riding my motorcycle because, well, two reasons actually. This is my old one. It says Harley Davidson on it. You can see it's got some tears in there. Actually, those are burn marks. I actually had a fire that happened because on this carburetor there's a plastic inlet valve, and it cracked and pulled some gas down there by the engine. And the car backfired and it caught fire and it burned under the bottom of the bag, your saddle bag. And what I did was I repaired the saddle bag with a new piece of leather on the bottom, and I also I did it with Speedy Stitcher oil and a riveter, and I burned some of the what do you call it, this. It's not that bad, but there's other thing I don't like about this though, is you got to put the whole thing on. There's Feather, Mama Cat. You got to put the whole thing on. But it's got some holes in it now. That's another problem. But that's one thing I didn't like about it, is that I had to put its overalls, which are good. If you're going to be, I don't know, they got advantages and disadvantages. But the advantage of, see, this has trousers and it has a top. So most of the time, I can just put this top on. Trousers are all black. There's no orange in them. And I can just put this top on. It's got a reflective stripes on it, and it's got orange, which this didn't have any. It was all black. And it was only $50. I paid $50, including the shipping, because I had the gold. I still had the Gold Club membership for J&P Cycles. And the gold membership was free shipping, and I also had a $15 discount card still. And plus it was on sale. It was heavily discounted. I think normally it would have been over $100. But it has the zipper, a good zipper, and then it's got a Velcro over it that goes over it like this. So it seals the zipper up. It's got a little hood inside, tucked inside the collar. There's a zipper back there, sort of like your old field jacket. This didn't have a hood. So you can put your helmet on. It's such a lightweight hood that you can still have your helmet on. I don't know if you really need it if you got a helmet, but still, it's got a hood. But I'm still going to keep this other one because I'll keep it in my El Camino, because there could always be a situation where you get some cold weather or something, even though it's got some holes in it and stuff. Like your Feather, it still works. It still works. So, but if you look around, man, sometimes these Gold Club memberships are a good deal. I should have got it earlier, but now it's getting ready to expire, so I figured I'd buy something. But this is something I really kind of did need, especially if you've seen the rain coming down here just recently. Now, if you're on a bike and it starts out sunny, then all of a sudden it turns into like a typhoon, well, you'd be glad. You definitely want your rain suit, especially even if you got weather or something. Here's Dixie out there. See her? Oh, Dixie. Especially if you got the temperature changes really bad, this thing could work like a serious windbreaker, and the wind is what really makes it cold. Even though there's no insulation on it, if you just get stopped that wind, and this thing's the same type of stuff. It'll stop the wind really good. It's elasticized in the waist, which is good, so it tucks in nice and tight to the waist, which you don't want this flapping around all over the place. And it's got a good, and with that hood tucked in the collar like that, it feels like a padded collar, and it's got the Velcro to tighten up across the neck. I actually keep another thing in there. I keep a bandana, and also like this. It's sort of like not a face mask, but some kind of scarf thing that's for bicycles. Actually, it's got Thinsulate on it and nylon covering, because if you put that over your face, man, that can freaking really make a big difference. Because sometimes you could be out riding and it could be 75 degrees, then it can rain, and you'll have a drastic temperature drop. It could be down to 50s, cloudy and raining and stuff, and no sunlight or nothing, because the sun, if you're out there in the sun, Dixie and the mama cat. You're out there in the sun, and it can feel a lot warmer, man. I mean, that's just how it is. You don't realize if you ride a motorcycle, it's different than just being outside. It's like being outside in a hurricane, basically, without maybe not no water, but 50-mile-an-hour winds. 70-mile-an-hour winds or whatever. It's a huge difference. It could just be in the 60s and it could freeze your butt off. And so if it drops a little bit, you want to have something like this, because this is so lightweight. I could fit it in them. Saddlebags back here. I put it right back in here. And now I'll keep this bottom separate, and I'll keep them in these things. So if I just need to grab the top, I can. But for that kind of money, well worth it. There he goes. He sleeps under my bike. Dixie. You hide under there, little boo-boo. See his tail? He likes sleeping under there. I ain't had it out in a while because it's been monsoon season down here in Florida, but that's what reminded me. I said, hey, I need to get one of these. So I did. 2-piece rain suit. Make sure it's got some orange in it, and don't have to be all orange. But that's a Harley colors, orange and black, right? Anyway.